Welcome to YouTube Reject Live. And I'm your Dean Reject here for a special history lesson. So get your notebooks ready, class, because we got a little doozy to get into. Now, I talked about this a little bit ago. I teased this and I said, guys, I found a video recalling a panel from 3 years back. From 3 years back. And it is so crazy because if you listen to it, it is just. So we are going to go over this video that happened 3 years ago. And if we have time, we can get into MFW. Did a live stream last night talking about, Nugs getting his channel taken down. And she was like up late having a time last night. She was definitely having more of a, like, when I was watching her MFW, I need to talk with just names because otherwise it gets too confusing. But when I was listening to MFW's stream last night, it's like, once in a while she seems, I don't want to say normal because that is, let's not say that because no, she isn't. But once in a while, like, I can tell there's a person in there somewhere. Hi, princess. So anyway, where is everybody? Where's class? Where are they? They're all getting tardies. I'm not digging around today. I'm not fucking about, Sometimes I'll be like, oh, it's okay, guys. You can make up extra credit. No. It's principal mode, baby, and I'm ready. Sending people to detention, dungeon, what have you. When they get here, if I don't see them apples... All right, well, you know what? I'm going to press on without them because I'm not going to sit here and twiddle my thumbs. So anyway. Now, this was 3 years ago, and it is crazy because when you hear them on the panel, it is almost as if no time has passed. It is insane. All right.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Today's video is a little bit different than
Hey guys. Her voice is really cute.
This
by the
one
way.
is about a subject that has been.
I'm going to credit this who I'm using this video. Her name is Drama Queen, but the last video she did was like years ago. Years and years ago, and all her videos are old. So I don't think she does YouTube anymore, but hey, Drama Queen, if you see this, thanks for the video. I do like it, and I appreciate you having it because I couldn't find much. When I was trying to get more history on where their feud started, because they've been having a feud since I knew. I mean, since post her surgery, at least what I know of. Hey Faith, hey Norman, hi, welcome. I love to see the apples. Okay, anyway, let's keep going.
Extremely polarizing, and a lot of people seem to be afraid to even talk about it at all. I'm not going to go into the backstory too much of this.
Check out my background. It's
because
so
if you're
fall-like.
here watching this video, you probably have an idea of the backstory.
I'm going to keep it like this,
and
because
honestly,
she
the
doesn't show
backstory
video.
goes on
the video
for
is just
months
panel.
and months of, petty little insults being thrown back and forth like a ping pong match between MFW and Ron, or Stay Negative, or whatever you want to refer to him as. But I do want to preface this video with saying that I came into this whole thing as an MFW fan. It wasn't until here recently that there were things that she said that just took it too far, and it went from just petty little insults to things that should have never, ever been said on the internet. And here recently, after all the back and forth, all the ugly that's come out, Ron and MFW both went on Steph Brown's YouTube channel and attempted to have a conversation.
Me in the background.
Now, the entire stream was over 7 hours long. So this video is more of Ron and MFW's conversation, or parts of the stream that are directly linked to their conversation. I know it's a long video, and it definitely starts off rocky, but I won't be pausing it too long.
All right, this video is 39 minutes, and So I don't know if you guys are paying attention to what she said. She said that she used to be an MFW fan. Now this video was 3 years old. Okay, granted, she didn't know how crazy MFW could be, much like how I found her years and years ago and thought whatever back when she was doing drama videos. So anyway, she said that things got ugly between MFW and Ron, and she said she went back to try and figure out when it started. Granted, this is someone talking about 3 years ago. She went back to see where it started, but she said it just was like, it started just with like petty insults thrown back and forth between the two of them. Now, there is a rumor that MFW and Negs did meet in person and knew each other and were friends. I don't know. That's what I've heard from. Hey, Scott, welcome. All right, anyway, let's press on.
Often to give my opinion. Let's get started.
Oh, I thought I smelled a bomb. Why are you rolling your eyes, Next? Why are you even here?
I have questions for you. That's why.
Go ahead. Ask your questions then.
Yeah, can you say his name for me?
Why are you
Can
putting
you say
a
his
picture
name?
up of him?
Can you say Mason?
Oh, God.
I didn't
Here
even
we
know.
go. Is this a sympathy? Is this...
I didn't even know what his kid looked like until watching this. I didn't even know what his kid looked like until watching this.
more sympathy? Because I really don't want to give you any more attention. Like, oh, God. Here we go. Is
Yeah,
this a
MFW and
sympathy?
Negs have met.
Is this
Okay, I
more
thought so. Yeah, and they
sympathy?
used
'Cause
to like
I
each
really
other.
don't want to
And
give
it went
you any
bad.
more attention with this.
I have a question for you. Why do you hold me to a set of different standards than you do Yaba and everybody else?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you saw my video, 7 minutes of you threatening me and lying about a GoFundMe and saying you have
Lord.
nothing to lose. I should be scared. That's okay. But as soon as somebody comes at Yaba Cross, you guys are clinically outraged. But it was okay to do that to me. I want a logical answer why there's two sets of standards.
Ron. People
Logical,
come at me
Katie.
every
Logical,
day.
Katie.
People get
Logical.
outraged about everything that said. That's just ludicrous.
Logical,
Ron,
Katie.
you have
logical.
been going on and on and on.
No,
Look,
answer my
every
question. Answer my
situation's
question.
about you. This
Answer my
whole
question.
weekend.
Answer my question. Why are there two sets of standards? Because there are.
I'm explaining right now. Be quiet and
Okay.
listen. Because you go on and try to make yourself the victim in every situation. Captain Buford, you're the fucking victim. Yaba's kids getting attacked. You're the fucking victim. You wanted me a fucking
Okay.
pedophile.
Negs was acting like his kids were the only ones attacked, and that wasn't true. I mean, Yaba was... It was crazy what was going on, man. It was crazy. And you don't hear her crying about it every goddamn live stream, all right? Or at all. I mean, I don't agree with what happened with Negs and all of that. Don't get me wrong. But he has made these things live on over the years by bringing up in every live stream. Honestly, I didn't even know that his kid passed 3 years ago. I thought it was like last year because of how often he brings it up. And look, I'm not saying that there's a timeline of grief. I've lost people. I understand. You will always feel like that. That pain's not just going to go away like that. But you don't need to be bringing it up all the time. And really, it's doing you no services because really it's just putting more of a target on your back. Like it or not, this is the internet. He's been on the internet for over a decade. He should know. Never mind. Let's just keep listening.
Maybe
Okay.
if you left all that
Mental
stuff
pedophile.
and didn't
Mental
antagonize
pedophile.
me every motherfucking day,
Hey, me.
You wouldn't talk about my dead kid.
I write yours.
You wouldn't talk about my dead kid if
Let
I
her
didn't
talk
just,
next.
talk about
See,
you.
even back then, he never let a woman talk. That's something Negs just cannot do. He cannot let a female talk. He asked her why there's separate standards. She is trying to answer the question. Now, look, I'm unbiased. I don't like either parties in this. All right. The only person I liked that was caught up in this situation was Yaba, but I didn't agree with what she was doing either at the time. It was just terrible. So anyway.
That's where you go.
Ron,
is a death,
breathe
right?
all you want.
Right?
You
Right?
fucked up.
Why are there double standards? Why are there double standards? So, no, Katie, hang on, Katie.
Let
You
her
said it was about
answer.
Barbie at first. because Barbie said she's going to beat her kid's fucking ass. And I said, I disagreed with that. So that's why you did it. Then it was about Yabba doxing, which was just proven I had nothing to do with the people.
He was still a snowflake even back then. So they're referring to someone named Barbie, and she yelled to her kids. I think she like said she's going to beat their ass, but she said it. Now, I don't agree with people talking like that, but she said it in that exasperated, I'm going to beat your ass. Like, keep, like, calm down, quiet. I'm going to beat your ass. Not in a, I'm actually going to beat your ass, you know? And he's sitting there acting like this person's actually going to beat their kids. Like, there's a way to call things out without, like, exaggerating the ever-living fuck out of things, but it's lost on everyone, I guess. It's just, it's lost on everybody. I don't know.
Have known for 6 months, and you've known.
We want attention since the doxing incident.
Hang on. And then today you posted on Twitter, maybe if Ron would quit crybaby and all the fucking time all over everyone's page and try to make everything about him, we wouldn't bring it up. So you wouldn't bring up my kid's death if I didn't crybaby all the time.
I mean,
I want to know why that's all right with you guys.
People wouldn't be able to bring it up if you didn't bring it up. That's all I want to know.
I just explained that.
It's fucked up.
Because you deemed it necessary to have a set of double standards. There's a set of rules for you and Yabba, and then there's a different set of rules for everybody else outside of Drama Live, right? That's what you just said.
I'm finding more.
You're not wrong. Katie, you antagonize the fuck out of me, so I antagonize the fuck out of you back.
By using a dead kid. I want everybody to take
using children.
I don't give a fuck.
Katie uses a deceased child
You're
as
self
ammo.
pointing out people's flaws, and when it comes back to you, you cry like a motherfucking baby.
Katie, how do you not see the very simple point that Ron is making? You go after children. You have gone after multiple people's children. You and Yabba, time and time and time again.
So the funny thing about this history lesson, guys, is that this is Sam Tefler. Sam and Yabba used to not like each other, much less date. Sam and Yabba are now a strong unit. They're a couple. They met online, they met on YouTube, and they used to hate each other. And this is a history lesson within a history lesson, okay? Because that's how YTR school rolls, all right? So Sam and Yabba used to have their own feud going on. So when Sam is saying, you know, you and Yabba are doing this and that, it's because Sam at the time was against Yabba. And also, it's okay to like someone and still be not okay with things they do. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's definitely a thing. But it's funny because just hearing Sam talk shit about Yabba in this stream is really funny. So I just wanted to provide context for that. I don't know if some of you recognize her voice or not, or her picture, but I knew it was her right away. And I didn't even know that she was featured in this panel. So I was having a little tee-hee ha-ha on my own with that.
But heaven forbid the word kid and Yabba be used in the same sentence, and you are clinically fucking triggered, crying, playing fucking John Lennon, sunglasses and hats. Yabba's over there fucking crying into her fucking soup bowl. You're fucking double standard ass bullshit. Maybe the two of you should stop going after kids. And then nobody will use the word kid and Yabba in the same sentence. Try that for once, you dumb bitch.
Katie, I think the way
Sam
that I
Tefler,
look
when
at
she starts
the situation and what that he is trying to say, and I started this by saying, I think Ron's an asshole. I think Ron has done many shitty assholes.
I remember Stephanie. She had a great channel. What happened to it? Is she still a YouTuber? I really liked Stephanie, and damn is she hot, but that's not important. But holy fuck, I should have started YouTube sooner, so I could have gotten in those DMs. No, I'm just kidding.
Polish things.
I have.
Sorry.
No, I have. I've owned up
to
to
that mama voice and everything.
I didn't feel.
Oh Lord. Here I go.
Myself being okay with saying to Sam, what you have done is shitty, because I told her what she did was shitty to Yabba.
All right.
And still supporting what Joe said on your panel. Do you see where I'm coming from with that?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Why
right,
was
guys,
Joe
time for more backgrounds
to say
and
that,
know how much you love it?
You know, you guys get
wow,
out of
y'all
shape
been talking
and get your pitchforks and
hey,
torches
Nancy,
out
welcome.
when you're smited. That's what I want to know. Because
what did Joe say?
I know.
A couple nights prior to this conversation, MFW had a man on her stream that said this.
She's doing lives
Someone
again.
just said if you
Dude,
wanted Ron,
what's her channel?
If Ron wanted to grieve, he shouldn't have taken digs at anyone.
Dude, post along.
I agree.
Along to
and
Stephanie's
I still don't
channel.
understand. The man is just a sperm donor. I'll fucking say, what the fuck is he grieving for? You fucking signed away your rights. You fucking jerked off in a cup.
Wait. What do you mean? Does this mean scarecrow? And I can't even say that sentence. That is actually a yikes. What are you saying? What? Yeah, that's. I can't even laugh at that joke. Yeah, me too, honey bunch. What? Can someone drop the link to Stephanie's channel down below? I know if you're not a mod, you can't. Damn it. Hey guys, check this out. I'll let this play, but check this out.
I'll fucking say, what the fuck is he grieving for?
Hey, Jessica,
you fucking
and
signed
welcome,
away
Bill.
your rights. You fucking jerked off in a cup. Enough.
No,
like,
Sam and
seriously.
Yaba do. Oh my god, y'all need to listen, or you're getting F's straight up. I'm not fucking around anymore for class tonight. No, Sam and Yaba still like each other. They're dating. They're a unit. They used to not like each other, which is why in this stream you will hear Sam talking shit about Yaba, which is extra funny. And if you know Yaba and Sam's channel, oh, you meant hey, I'm sorry. So yeah, I mean, Sam and Yaba have talked about it on their channel, but it's really funny. It's a really funny thing. So I didn't know if you knew that, Faith, just because you're kind of new to the. I don't know how many communities you were in and all that. No. You won't get an F. You won't get an F. I'm just playing with you. Okay. Anyways, yes. Hey, Infinite. Hi. I have the link if you want to mod me for a second. Yeah, I'll mod. You know what? Yeah. Hold on a second. I gotta hop on YouTube because I'm on the StreamYard thing. Let me hop on my YouTube and I will mod you, and then you can post the link. That would be absolutely delightful because I really like Stephanie's channel and I want to watch her again. And even when I didn't agree with her, I liked when she did panels. I liked her channel, like what she had to offer. Yeah, I'm all about Stephanie. Anyway. Oh, check out this background. Hold on a second. Where was I? I got a cute little background. Look, it's fall and it fits with Girl World. Oh, you can't see the donuts. See, some of this stuff doesn't translate. That's why I'm sitting here. Oh, here we go. That'll work when I'm doing full screen. But some of this stuff doesn't translate like the same. You know, it doesn't look as good. Let's see. What about this one? Oh, that's ugly. We'll get rid of that. Oh, I hear the door of doom. Okay, let's keep going.
Yes.
That's how I feel about it. Like, okay.
Now, this man doesn't know Ron. He doesn't know anything about him. He's never talked to him. But he's taking what he's been told, what he's heard from everything going around, and saying god-awful shit like this on her stream, and she laughs and agrees. But continue with Ron and MFW's conversation.
Yes, I heard and interpret Joe saying was, and I don't even want to fucking repeat it, to be honest, but he said that how could Ron even be grieving because he was nothing but a sperm donor and he jacked off in a cup.
That's fucked up.
Outrage. Me personally, that's fucked up. No, I just feel like no one can know what it's like until they've been there, because I don't know his personal story. I don't, and I don't even care to know. I mean, I don't care to know. But if you haven't been in any situation, you can't judge that situation. And to be frank, he's a gay man himself, and if he's ever going to care for a child, more than likely he's probably going to have to jack off in a cup and be a sperm donor.
I love how harsh that was.
Okay,
she's
so
right, though.
This is what I think.
Like that, if he's,
I know a lot of people will probably agree with me. Joe's going to say whatever the fuck he wants. I can't control what Joe says.
You laughed at it.
I just subbed to Stephanie's channel, got my notifications on.
I haven't been fucking crying about Ron for fucking a month now, over a month. It may have been a fucking outrage. But it's an outrage every day with Ron. You can't even be mad for upset for the guy anymore because every day it's a fucking controversy. Something bad's happening to him.
I mean,
I'm not saying that's
she's
an
not
excuse.
wrong.
I'm giving you a reason.
So, I can't.
Here's my problem with Scarecrow, okay? Here's my problem with him. Somebody, and this was 3 years ago, but I'm talking about now. Somebody could say something they don't like that he does, or like they could be just giving him criticism. And he's a React channel who does commentary and criticizes. He's a takedown channel at this point, not even commentary. It's just, it is what it is. But he can dish it, but he can't take it back. And if somebody even brings up just any kind of criticism, he puts his shield up. And like I said, a lot of times I was, neutral and I didn't care, but just this year there's so much I can't overlook anymore. And just he has lost his gourd, and like I don't have ill will, but I'm just like, you really lost your damn mind. You really lost your damn mind. And when you're playing with fire, and everybody seems to be playing with fire, on all sides. But the people on the other side, they're white knighting for Foodie Beauty, who they don't even know her history. They don't know anything about her, and they're white knighting for her. People on the Hater Nation side, they know the history. They know the Ponzi schemes, manipulation, all this other shit, the pathological lying and everything else. And don't go sticking your nose in someone else's community and be surprised when you get bit, okay, by a big bear swiping its paw in your face, mauling your ass. Don't be surprised. And that'd be like someone stepping in your stomping grounds or whatever. Like, you're going to tell me you're not going to fight them? We've seen you do some disgusting shit in the process. So I've seen it, So it's just like, dude, what is this? You think you could go be like this to someone and they don't retaliate? I don't agree with people taking things real world. Anybody that's been here knows that. I've always said that. However, there are lines I don't cross because I'm not trying to get people like poking around where they don't need to be poking, right? Anyway, so he signed away his parental rights to his son who passed. Is that true? It's probably true. It's probably true. Regardless, I don't want to get into all the details because I'm not trying to get my ass in trouble. I really don't care about the details, to be honest. I think people need to stop oversharing and stop crying when people use shit against them. I've talked about this over and over on my fucking channel. Any little tidbits I sprinkle in about my life, I'm not going to cry if someone comes in here and tries to use it against me. People have in the past, they hardly knew anything about me and they really grasped at straws. But I wasn't shocked at the shit they try to use. I was not. I wasn't. Anyway, do you think you could ever react to one of Cheyenne's parody videos at some point? It would cleanse the drama out of us. I don't react to funny videos. There would be no content. Like, look, what am I gonna... I'm not saying they don't have good videos. They totally do. But if you sit here and watch somebody reacting to a funny video, they'll just be a little laugh here or there and say, oh, great. And then the stream's over. I can't really provide commentary to that. I mean, I like the channel. I think they really capture the mannerisms and the essence of the characters and stuff. But I just don't think it would be that entertaining for the show. There's stuff I watch in my free time that is just not stream worthy, and that's just the way it is. Yeah. Great channel, though, by the way.
I knew this was going to be spinned like this. Like, Ron does this, so we can dig up Ron's kid.
I enjoy you, Katie. I watch you every time you're on. I do. I have never said anything bad about you except for way back when, and I told you exactly what I said, okay? But to me, this is different. It's just different.
This is a drama. This is my real life.
The thing is, I apologized to you a long time ago, Ron. I said, sorry, leave me alone. I'll leave you alone.
Is that when you said it pains you?
Able to fucking leave me alone.
Is that when you said it
pains you? Sit here and fucking take it time and time again?
You are talking about... Can I explain something to you, Katie? Can I explain
something? Hang on a second, Ron. Hang on. I got to drop out.
I do have to say this was 3 years ago, and just take note how young He looks like he's gotten stressed out over the years.
And come back in. My audio's fucked up.
Yeah. Please ask each party what they own up to and what they could have done differently. Okay, Ron, go first.
I'm what have I owned up to? I've owned up to my involvement with Trisha, my involvement with Slayton, my involvement with a lot of people. And if anybody watched the stream this morning, or any of my streams, I've owned up to a lot of my stuff. So, I mean.
Okay, Katie, the question was, I don't know if you heard it or not. Ron answered his part. It said that what would you Stephanie, please ask each party what they would own up to and what they would have done differently.
Also, I do want to say Stephanie does a fantastic job of moderating this situation type deal.
If I had to go back, probably wouldn't have said shit about it. Because I've gotten the heat. I felt the burn, Ron. I felt it, all right?
I'm sorry, but I don't hear a bit of remorse here. All I hear is that she's upset about the amount of hate and the burn that she's felt.
Right? You've made your fucking point loud and clear. I can own that I should have stayed in my own fucking lane.
I put it in the title. This is 3 years ago. Yeah. Welcome, Terry. This happened 3 years ago, and it sounds like they could have been fighting yesterday with this conversation, y'all. They could have been fighting yesterday. It sounds like... All right, let's keep going.
And, I'm not proud and fucking, feeling good about things I've said when it comes to the Ron situation. At all. I mean, and fuck it. If I said it, I said it, But I can't take anything back.
I want to ask you one thing. Do you realize that your words and your incitement has had real world consequences for me? Do you understand that?
That's kind of funny coming from him because the shit he's done to her has had consequences to her. Now, listen, you've seen me cover her. If you haven't seen me cover her, I have a nice playlist and you can see just what I think about her. But I'm watching this objectively and trying to be fair, okay? I'm trying to be fair. It sounds like she's at least trying to have a conversation. He keeps on bringing up the same points. I don't think he really wants to get anywhere. And yes, okay, maybe her motivation isn't the purest. She doesn't like the backlash. She doesn't like the hate. But I have watched this before. Usually I do a lot of my reactions I do just straight up with not watching. But I want to make sure this was worth reacting to because it's older and stuff. But you will hear later on that she does sound. Anyway, you know what?
You say I don't know how though. How has it caused you problems outside of YouTube?
You told your audience to call CPS because I was on drugs.
I did not tell anyone to call CPS because you were on drugs.
Well, you didn't remember.
I don't know if you're on drugs.
Okay, well then you were talking to Takedown Man when he contacted my son's grieving mother, and you guys discussed that.
That's true. Yeah, he told me, I can control Takedown Man. Come on.
This is another thing that I had a problem with. She blames Ron for things that his friends have done, but she doesn't want to take responsibility for what her friends have done, even though she may not have been the one to contact Ron's son's mother. She still relayed information. She still spread the story. It seems a little hypocritical.
I do agree with you can't control your friends and you shouldn't. But if you are involved behind the scenes, sharing and spreading stuff to then give them intel for them to do the dirty work, then yeah, that's another thing that's obviously aiding into it. So I don't really know with all that, but this person was a fan, so she probably did witness some shady stuff going on.
Incited all this though.
How have I incited it?
That video. Watch my video on Stay Negative. I started out with how you started it, Katie. I was watching you live and you said, what about that kid of yours that died, the one you were never in his life? That's what started it. Highly inappropriate to say to anybody. It was like 2 months after I just buried him. And then you said, I want to know where you got the information about the second GoFundMe, because that's fucked up to accuse me of fraud like that with no proof.
Kathy had it. Kathy had said.
So the GoFundMe thing was a scandal that Scarecrow had, because he had 2 GoFundMes up. He had one for himself, and then he had one in his son's name. I don't know why these YouTubers can't get it through their thick, stupid skulls that when you make a fundraiser, you need to do it properly. Otherwise, people will fucking call it a scam. Okay? People don't like shady shit when it comes to money. If you want a fundraiser for your son's funeral, okay, like funerals aren't cheap. All right. Whatever. I'm not going to sit there and pocket watch the way Scarecrow does. This is ironic here because, you know, he pocket watches everybody, but I'm going to, not do that to him and say, okay, you need to go fund me for a funeral and all this. Like, I totally get that. Funerals are, but the problem was people found his other GoFundMe that was in his name and they were side-eyeing it because they're like, well, which is it? Now, I don't think he should have left the one up in his name on there. I think he should have just had the one for his kid and left it at that. I don't know why there were 2 GoFundMes. He claims one wasn't active. The one with his name wasn't like that. He wasn't trying to get people to donate to that one. I don't really know, nor do I care. He's a lot more calm here than he is now. That's true.
It to everybody,
Really?
not just me.
I haven't seen it. Why haven't I seen it? You said you were going to produce
it. I turned off my Facebook.
Why didn't you?
So I don't know. Maybe if someone else who's in the chat, many people got it, Ron. Many people got it.
I haven't seen it, so I'm calling bullshit because you said you were going to produce it and you never did.
This is a screenshot of a post that she put on her Twitter later that.
Okay, as promised, these are the SSME being informed of Ron's 2 GoFundMes. This is one-time event, so eat your hearts out. Now, will anyone step up and admit they passed this information on as well? Here's your proof, Ron. Shut the fuck up now and move on. So she put the screenshots. Like I said, I couldn't care less, but when people are donating, they are going to care. To me, I don't give a fuck what people have GoFundMes for. It's not like I'm being twisted armed into donating. I never donate shit to GoFundMes. I'm saving for fixing my life right now, so I do not have the funds to be fucking off, right? So I know this was in the past, but I'm just talking in general. Like, I don't care if you had 2 GoFundMes, to be honest, but it just looks bad and it looks messy and people cared about it. So it became a big deal. After this, Ron lost it, to be honest. He completely lost it, to be honest. I couldn't handle losing a child, let alone the scrutiny that went on. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I already did my little PSA in the beginning of this. I'm not saying there's a timeline for grief. It's not like I've never lost somebody, but at the same time, it doesn't belong on the internet. You're inviting hell upon your life. I was a part of the online world that was chat rooms and forums that these little pussy-ass bitches couldn't step foot in. They would literally just combust upon entry. You cannot be this thin-skinned. And he should have ignored everything brought up about his kids. Everything. And he's got kids that are alive today who have to hear about their, his dead child every stream. Why don't you care about their mental health? I've tried not to bring up kids or anybody's kids or bring up the fact that they're kids, but it's impossible at this point. And I find it fucked up that someone can be a parent and talk about a passing of their sibling, whether they were close to them or not. His kids have to hear about every goddamn day in his live streams how about you stop? Because you still got to be a parent to them. That's all I'm going to say on that.
That day. And here are screenshots she posted of the conversation where it was reported to her that Ron had 2 GoFundMe accounts. Now, if she would have looked into it a little bit more, she would have been able to see that he was not accepting donations on 2 different campaigns. He didn't have a campaign at all. And it really confuses me because later on in this same stream, she admits that she knew he didn't have 2 campaigns.
I'm not saying people need to stay offline if they lose someone. I'm just saying they need to not tell people all their fucking personal shit, because I'm telling you right now, I've had to check people in my own chat because I don't want them to be a victim to some psycho later on. I try and protect people in the community because I've seen a lot happen, right? And I, you know, everyone, I mean, I'm not saying, I mean, obviously, if you needed to take your time away, that's totally fine and that's good. And I think everyone should unplug at times like that. But I'm just saying, as far as, you know, as far as like coming back online, and I'm not saying people can't be online. Sometimes having a community and having a distraction can actually help you move forward, but you just don't want to, like, it's good to keep that shit sacred. It doesn't belong on YouTube. It's sacred, okay? It doesn't belong on the platform, okay? And that's just how I see it. But I'm glad that you took time away to yourself, because that is important to do. He's using his children in arguments too much, just my view. I agree, Susan. It literally gets to the point where you can say, you know, I don't like what you said in this live stream. My dad kid, like, Jesus Christ. What? Because you have a tragedy in your life and it's unspeakable, okay? But that means that no one can ever criticize you again. No one can ever dislike you again. No one can, like, come on. It's, if you cannot handle being on here, just go and deal with your mentals, because you're waving a gun around, putting it in thumbnails and acting psycho, all right? You clearly need to take a break, dude. And I'm not even trying to be an asshole here. Yeah, sorry for your loss, Terry. Sorry you went through that. I can't imagine. And, you know, I'm not trying to make light of people losing anybody. Like I said, like, it's not a light matter, but that is partly why I think it shouldn't be, like, just word vomited all over the platform. Look, this isn't just a person that it's their first year on YouTube and, oh no, they overshared, and oh no, look what's going on. I had no idea this would happen. This is somebody that has been on the platform for over a decade. Get it together, okay? For your own good. I'm saying this as a piece of advice for your own mentals, okay? Let's keep going.
Campaign's going.
You didn't produce any proof for anything you said towards me. You just
all right. Let me open up my Facebook. I'll do that for you today, and I will screenshot. I will go against my morals, and I will screenshot the conversation of her telling me that, because Kathy's a fraud anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, and here's my thing this is another thing I want to put in there a lot, and I know you guys know this happens to everybody on YouTube. The people in our chats like drama, right? So they are going to come to you and show you things and say things and try to.
Oh, point and laugh. Hey, yeah, I mean, this is the internet after all. But hey, I wanted to say thank you for your donation. I did see I got a donation and then I didn't even know who it was. So thank you. I just saw you had been one to donate. I also want to thank, you know, recent donators, Point and Laugh, Infinite Jest, RB. I think that's all. Let me know. I think that's all. But thank you very much. I do appreciate it. No, I'm not monetized. I'm an itty bitty baby channel. And by the way, I do want to remind people, if you're not subscribed, to hit the subscribe button, like the live stream, hit the notification bell. And also, guys, I heard a great piece of news from my friend Orko. he said that they changed the rule that when you get to 500 subscribers, you get a community tab. I think we need a community post, y'all. I think we need a community tab. You know, if we can just keep it pushing and we could get some more new faces in here, because I would love to have a community tab, you know, and 500 is a reasonable goal. It's reasonable. It's doable. I've done it before. We can do this. Okay. I just wanted to say, oh, thank you, Point and Laugh. That is so sweet. Thank you. And also, you know, anyone that's here, I do appreciate your support as well. Just being here means a lot to me too. So, he said he's perfectly happy being monetized on Rumble, getting money from his fans on PayPal, etc. He's not financially suffering. Who are you talking about? Which person? Scarecrow, probably, I assume.
You know, twist things
I just
and make
want to
them
make
look
sure I got it right.
To
I
me,
know.
that made it worse too. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. That's why my video.
And don't get me wrong. When this was coming out with kids getting dogs and all this, I was repulsed. I didn't have a channel at the time. Actually, this was 3 years ago, so I probably did. Yeah, I did. I have my first channel, but I covered only anti-Onision content at that time. But I do remember I was watching from other communities, and I was aware that this was going on. And I just thought, like, I was repulsed. You know, I was repulsed as happening to everybody. It's not like everybody, his kids were not the only kids doxxed, okay? But to this day, he's the only one bringing it up. There were schools doxxed, children doxxed, Yaba's kids in schools were all doxxed. And he did that. He did this. So as he's doing this single father cry act, just know that he has doxed a mother and her children. I'm not saying this to say how dare he, you know, I'm not saying he can't have his pain, but I'm saying this man is not blameless. This man is not innocent. All right. And that's, I'm just coming at this objectively, right? Can I write my assessment? I feel he's a big guy here and a little man in life. He tries to be something he's not. I really don't appreciate the way he talks to women, the way he degrades women, especially ones that he feels like he just has some incel tendencies that I really don't appreciate. And then he acts like he's this big alpha, whatever. He can't handle a strong woman. And he also, like, the way he goes after certain women, it's very clear that he's angry he can't sleep with them. And there have been claims that a lot of these wars against some of these women were due to him being rejected by them, which that has happened to me. So it is something that happens a lot on the platform. Just saying. I saw the Twitter post, but whatever. I try and stay away from Twitter shit, but I'm just
that I dropped on hashtag stay negative had proof, screenshots, and video and audio.
All right, I'm being messy as fuck this stream. I'm being messy as all hell this stream, so I might as well say it. Callie claims that he made a move on her. This was before she had her fiance, and she said she rejected him and that he started just making videos about her and acting this way toward her. And look, Voldemort did shit like that toward me, so it definitely happens. I'm just saying it. I'm not going to say I know, because Callie isn't, like, she's unhinged herself, but I don't see why she would lie about that. Who knows? Yeah, Katie's channel seemed to take off and he started to spiral. Then he got into it with Life of a Free Spirit, and her channel has grown as well. So he's, you know, I just don't agree with them. Like, they lost their channel because they're white knighting for Foodie Beauty. Do you all realize this? He lost his channel because he put his nose where it didn't belong, got up in everybody's community, and is getting pissed off when people are biting back because they actually do make a living on here. And You know, these people in the anti-hater nation side, they don't know the girls. When he had Foodie Beauty on, people were in his chat asking, like, telling him shit. They had no idea. They didn't know about her exploiting, like, DV and drugs and everything and all the lies she did. They know nothing. It's easy to white knight for someone when you just see the good shit, you know, the good shit. She acted all, Foodie Beauty. I mean, she's high as fuck, but she was acting all friendly and on his channel. Never mind. Let's keep going.
People believe anything they hear, and they've been believing it, and I've been horrendously harassed.
The aunties are the type that if they had an obese person in their life, they would enable the fuck out of them, and they would be the ones to help the people they know get up to 600 pounds. I'll tell you right now. CPS
has been to my front door, and now I can't get anybody to even have a little bit of empathy for me. So yeah, I'm
because CPS was also at Yaba's door. Okay, like that's the thing. I mean, it is possible to feel bad for everyone around, but it is also possible to recognize that everybody's shitty, which I'm doing right now.
I'm very jaded right now because I vetted my info that I put out. It's factual and accurate.
The difference is other people involved with all this have apologized. He has not. Not that I know of. Maybe in private he did, and if that's the case, that's great. But I've heard Yaba even tell her audience, like, she regrets this point in her YouTube. I've even heard Miss Fucking Wonderful say she's regretted this, like, more than once. So he's the only one that hasn't said, I fucked up too. He won't. And
I've not received one answer from your community, Katie, where everybody was outraged why the double standards apply. There's a different set of standards for me. And I don't get it. To me, it seems like it's like, you don't like me. I get it. You don't like me. Hoobity-doo. A lot of people don't like me. That doesn't give you the right to take this child who died a miserable fucking death, by the way, and use him to get to me. That's the most fucked up thing I've ever had anybody do to me in my life. He's been gone 4 months, man. 4 months. And everybody acts like a dog died, and I should just be like, get a new dog. And
no, I don't agree with that. I just think you don't need to monetize your tragedy.
A mistake. And Katie, this is why you said that you brought up Mason, was because I vehemently disagreed with Barbie going, I'm going to beat his fucking ass, that little thug and all that stuff. That's why you initially said you did what you did, was to simply point out my parenting. But I noticed that your reasons for doing it have morphed 3 times. So I just want a solid reason why it was done to me. And then I want everybody to just leave me and my family alone. You know?
All right, fair enough, Ron. I can do that. The reason I do it is because in the past, a lot of times I find you to be a hypocrite. You'll call out people on shit, but when it gets right back to you, the same scenarios, you fucking scream and cry and all that. Well, when you
she's not wrong on this point.
Trailer Park Barbie, who cares? She told her kid to go, or I'll beat. How many parents in here have said that to their kids? I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it happens all the time. Mm-hmm. So for you to say that about, I was just like, dude, Rod, come the fuck on. And then you took the video of her fucking kid who has bad problems. Worst problems.
I didn't show the video, by the way. I played the audio. I wouldn't show the kid. I never
did. With the audio or however you did it, that pissed me off even worse. And I was like, Ron, why are you picking on anyone else's parenting style when you yourself scream higher above anyone? It's hard to be a single parent. It's hard to have a kid with problems.
How does that
that was shitty of you to do?
Welcome.
When you did it? No.
At the time, I didn't think it was shitty. I thought it was like making big points and stuff.
I was asking Ron for him to, whenever he pointed out what Trailer Park Barbie did.
Yeah, hindsight being 2020, I wouldn't.
I have looked for videos. I have looked for, if anyone finds something like a timeline, definitely let me know. I'm addressing this comment, by the way, by Point and Laugh. Great comment, by the way. Is there an archive anywhere with a timeline? Yeah, guys, I actually just, I try to find it. It's also like, I can't find fucking anything, y'all. I think people cleaned up after this pretty good.
ever play the clip of her
deleted
kid.
like everything.
But Katie, you say that I reacted to this clip of this parent live humiliating their child. So that allowed you to make false accusations against my parenting and incite a hate mob against me. That's what I'm trying to understand. Is I get it. If I'm a hypocrite, I get that. But that was the lowest of blows. You're like, that kid, you weren't in his life. Dude, you don't know anything, and you're acting like you do. And that doesn't make sense to me to say.
You weren't. You were in his life.
Yeah, he videotaped somebody's kids. He didn't show the video. He just showed the audio. He just played the audio. He didn't, well, he claims, that's what he says. I wasn't there to see the original video, but he claimed that he just played the audio and did not show the video, which is possible to do. So, but still, that's creepy. You're sitting there and you go and videotape, so like, that's creepy to me. You know, like all the lines that are blurred. I mean, just in this feud that's going on right now, he's talking about calling Shane's parents. For what? For why? Why would you call Shane's parents just because you don't like Shane and that you don't like he has a channel? Like, why would you call, damn it, Shane's parents? I need to warn you about the woman that you're with. Like, yikes. That's some stalker shit, y'all. Dude. Oh, yeah, it's creepy. And he's still creepy. Like, listen, he's still creepy. He's still blurring lines out here. He's bipolar. He's bipolar. He's got this. He's got that. And he definitely is manic as all hell. So I believe it. That's why I tell you guys, when people have disorders, you'll fucking know. Okay? Anyways, not to like shame people, you know, take your medicine if you need to. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. Maybe he needs to go get a medicine switch. I mean, or he's not taking it, or I don't know. Maybe you got to switch it up. I know sometimes when you take medicine for a long time, they got to change something. I don't know. Yeah, I know, guys. Listen, man, nobody talks about this shit. Nobody talks about this shit. Yeah, he screen recorded somebody talking to their kids or whatever on a live stream. And he wanted to incriminate them by showing that. But what's the point of that? I don't get it. There was no abuse done on video. Now, I don't agree with people yelling, I'm going to beat your ass at their kids, even half-heartedly. I don't like that kind of language. But the kids were not being hurt at all. The parent was just saying it like exasperated, you know, parent vibes and whatever. He knew exactly what it was. He knew the kids weren't really in danger. He was just trying to make himself look better by incriminating other people. And that's why when I talk about this whole fucking mess, I said, he's not innocent, y'all. None of them are. But hell, Yaba owned up to the bullshit. Even MFW admitted it was wrong. Now I know, we all know how she is, okay? But even she admitted it was fucked up. He did not admit his part in any of this was fucked up. He will not address any topic except for the one of his kids. And that isn't okay because there was so much that happened in this whole mess. To be honest, really like Ron, he humiliated her. Trailer Park Barbie really liked Ron. He humiliated her. He does that with the women that scorn him or that he scorns. Dude, he literally... It's a pattern with him. You'll see it. It's a fucking pattern. You need to settle your issues with women, Scarecrow, because you're a mess and it's like toxic energy. You know, you need to like chill the fuck out with that.
Like, yeah, I regret some of the things I said.
Wow. See, when it got to this point, that's when I knew this conversation was not going to be productive. She feels absolutely no remorse for the things that she said. And it's sad.
Well, for one, I know because of what...
I mean, there are people on this platform that claim to be bipolar and that seem level enough. Whatever they're doing is working pretty well for them, or they don't, I mean, take Smokey Steve and Mark, for example. Steve literally talks about being bipolar and, you know, he's on meds and whatever, but he doesn't go around doing shit like this. So that's why I say it's not an excuse. But yeah, it's definitely something of note to think about.
Jessica told Takedown Man.
Okay.
At the time, I didn't know, but I assumed.
So at the time that you were making claims on the internet, this man was a deadbeat dad. You didn't know, but you assumed.
Okay. So
But-
why is that your
And
business?
I'm not denying-
Business? Why is
That's
that any
shitty.
of your
That's
business?
shitty that Takedown Man did that. That's shitty.
I never once contacted Jessica. You said that I did, but that's beside the point. That's a different.
You use the info to come at me though. So by proxy, you're complicit in Takedown Man.
Because at that point, Ron, you had thrown your punches. I threw mine in defense of fucking Trailer Park Barbie. Looking back, I would never do it again. All right, I would never fucking do it again. And we started hurling punches at each other. So you would do something, I'd want to take it a step up, and it just kept snowballing and snowballing to where we're at now.
So did I ever bring up your family? Did I ever bring up your mom?
You support people who have. You support people who. And another thing, you know damn well Bunny was a fucking con, and you sat there with us when we fucking exposed her, and now you're all buddy with her after everything she's done with me. Again, that's a different.
This is funny too, because what did we just talk about last stream? Bunny, aka Jamie, being found out with having all those dead bunnies, and her making light of this situation and justifying things on behalf of Bunny. Y'all, this is some Inception shit, okay? This is why YouTube's a funny place.
Different subject. I'm not trying to deflect or anything. I'm just saying there's lots of things that add to this that have pissed me off over the time and made me react the way I have.
Can I do one thing? This is the reason. This was what was used. Because
I didn't need to see his kid up close like this. I had no idea what his kid looked like. So thanks for that.
My hypocrisy.
You did it yourself. Like, dude.
A human being. I just want to remind everybody. No logic. No logical explanation. Just straight to the gut, dude.
You heard Trailer Park Barbie and her kid. So I wanted to stand up for her.
Is her kid alive? I'm curious. Did I point out that he was dead repeatedly day after day on Twitter? Did I do that? Did I accuse her of fraud?
Why didn't you delete your Twitter account? Why didn't you delete your Twitter account, Ron? Like, dude, look, this isn't a popular.
Did I contact?
Hold on. This is not a popular opinion, but I'm just gonna say it because who the fuck cares at this point? It is not up to everyone else to hold your hand on social media. You only have to click motherfucking buttons to control your shit, okay? If people were talking about your kid being dead on Twitter time and time and again, why the fuck did you keep your Twitter? I'm not saying you have to delete your channel. You should have taken a break, for God's sake. But why the ever-living fuck did you keep your Twitter up? You don't need Twitter to have your YouTube. You definitely don't. If you are being harassed like that on Twitter and you're grieving, you take control of it. You can private your Twitter. I see people with little locks on their Twitter all the time that people can't interact with them unless they're friends with them on the platform, or you can literally just get the fuck rid of it. But no, everything's out of our control and we're getting quiet about it. Grow the fuck up or don't have it.
You were dragging the poor girl for filth, Ron, and you know damn well she can't stand up for herself against you.
Now, this is something I just didn't get. I understand if maybe she feels like Trailer Park Barbie couldn't stand up to Ron by herself, but I don't understand why she felt like she was the one who needed to stand up to Ron.
Why don't you understand that? I got friends that are more timid than me, and they rely on, look, this is a stupid point. I like this video, and this creator does a good job of not overly, whatever. But I disagree with her point here. I know people that are more timid, and they like that I'm more outspoken, and I don't mind fucking checking a bitch if they're not willing to do it, because I don't like seeing people get abused. So the fact that MFW is wanting to stick up for a friend, I'm not going to sit there and say that's stupid, because I do that. And I'm not going to sit there and say she has no right to do it, because, I mean, this whole situation's fucked. But I'm just objectively, like, just trying to break it down. It's such a mess. It's hard to do it. But as far as her sticking up for somebody when she's seeing hypocrisy, which is what he claims to do now, which is funny, ironic, this whole thing. But anyway, people defend their friends on here all the fucking time. So why is MFW being nailed to the cross for doing it when everybody does it? That's stupid. We got to be fair. Even if we don't like somebody, that's stupid.
Why she had to go to the lengths that she did to stand up for Trailer Park Barbie.
So you're
That is the most pathetic excuse I've ever heard in my life.
Unacceptable.
Whatever, so be it.
It's
So fucking be it. Do you want answers out of me or not?
Yeah, I want your
I never
answers.
said you would.
I want your answers. I'm just curious where you're coming from, and it's exactly where I thought you were coming from.
So because you point out someone else's parenting, I pointed out yours, and and what's wrong with that? I mean, I'm sorry.
Why can't
What's
you
so
use a living
unbelievable?
child? There's 3 other living children.
Okay,
You can't use
Ron.
them. You have
Why
to use
would
the
you
one
bring?
that just died. You just use the one that just died. Katie, you took a deceased special needs child and used it against me. I don't think you understand the levity of this. I was at his funeral. I helped bury him. You understand that?
Ron, why are you going on and on about this? I said I regret what I said, and I would take it back.
Y'all, if I so much as lost a pet and people were trying to use that against me, you know what I'd do? I'd get rid of where they're harassing me, and I'd take a break. And if it was brought up again, I'd act like it never I would not address it. I wouldn't address comments about it. I wouldn't address it. People bring it up in chats. I wouldn't address. If I lose someone, it's not going to be known out here. Ever. Ever. Because some things are fucking sacred, okay? They're sacred. They belong to stay that way. I don't want to say much, but Trailer Park Barbie had a lot of shit going on. It sounds like it. I don't really care. I don't really care what, he recorded her talking to her kid, which I find creepy as all fuck. And I'm glad somebody called that out because that's weird as shit. And if he's going to use it to blackmail her, which is what he was trying to fucking do, I'm glad someone pointed it out. The problem is because the person that pointing it out is such shit, it goes mute. It falls on deaf ears because the person pointing it out is a fucker. So it doesn't have the same weight that it should, right? The person that's pointing it out has done disturbing shit themselves. So it's all a mess. Everyone's a hypocrite in this too. All right.
She did. She did say that she would take it back and she regrets saying it. But then she continues through this whole stream to justify what she said and what she's done.
Okay, I don't agree with that point either because the purpose of this stream is them asking her what her reasons were. It's unfair to ask somebody questions and then nail them to the cross when they're answering. Yeah, you might not like the answers. You might not like where they're coming from. You might not like this and that, but don't have people on a panel to get their point of view and then act like they're out of line for telling you the answer. It's just, you can be mad about the answer. That's totally fine. But I'm just saying they expect to ask a question and then what? She says what they want to hear.
You keep drilling this fucking screw in.
9 a.m., Katie. Less than 5 hours ago, you just said.
You asked me why I did it. I'm giving you answers. You don't like my answers, so we're reliving it over and over again. What do you want from me, Ron?
I want you to leave me the hell alone and own up to the nefarious stuff that you do. You won't own up to it. You deflect and you shield yourself with.
Actually, she said she wished she never did it, and she actually said she wouldn't do it again, and she would take it back if she could. So.
Pathetic. Now this bullshit,
they're just going in circles.
So it has nothing to do with Barbie, doxing Yabba, or it has everything to do with me and the past. Make up your mind, dude. You've used 4
No, I'm saying the things that you have done in the past were hypocritical. So when I seen you go after Barbie and her kid, I fucking said, no, enough of this. I'm going to fucking say something. Then from that point to now, a lot of other things have been said and done.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Not once have I brought your family into it. No. So.
No, but you stand behind people who do.
Remember what she said earlier about Takedown Man and how that wasn't her? She wasn't the one who did it. She shouldn't be held responsible. But Ron's supposed to be held responsible for what his friends do, right?
Yeah, that's hypocritical.
Just
because you're not doing the dirty work.
I don't believe I propped them up. That's a lame excuse.
Are you fucking kidding me?
The truth is, a lot of people had people do their dirty work on all sides. So that's how that is.
You have them all in your chat. You have yes, you fucking do.
You're disliked, Katie. Nobody likes you, so that's why people.
So are you, Ron, and that's the problem here. Is we both don't care about being disliked.
Well, why don't you do this in the future for me and other people? Because you've called the cops on Shoot the Shit. You supplied Takedown Man with a photo of their
fuck me for looking out for another special needs child.
Well, you didn't look out for mine. You pulled him right out of the grave and used him.
Okay, there's a jump here in the conversation, and I just wanted to say that I did not edit anything out to be biased to one person or the other, or say that anything would be out of context. The conversation just started to stray off topic and include other people and other circumstances, and for the purposes of this video, I wanted to keep it to this topic.
That's why.
So you're comparing a contrast.
No, I'm talking about the 100 times you called people a pedophile to the one time I called someone a pedophile, and I fucking apologized for it. When have you apologized for it?
I've apologized to a lot of people, Katie.
But yeah, well, you haven't apologized to me or Yaba.
Oh, I'm not. You dragged my kid out of his grave, so I'm not gonna apologize to you.
Why didn't you apologize to Yaba then?
Okay, so it's okay. It's okay. You've apologized to some, but you won't apologize to all.
You're spinning. You're being a spin man. Stephanie,
no,
I'm
giving you. You can't handle the fucking truth. You can't handle my response to you.
I feel like we're walking Katie right up to her understanding, like the big picture issue with her behavior. And I really think she's seeing it, but she doesn't want to admit it, and that's why she keeps backpedaling.
She's not gonna admit it.
Hold on. In the two instances we're talking about, Ron and TPD, in both instances, Katie, you took of all the things you could have taken to hurt Ron and teach him a lesson and get back at him. In both instances, 3 instances, because let's talk about Shoot the Shit too. You used special needs children to justify behavior that you intended to hurt somebody with.
Oh,
so
he
in
said
all these scenarios, you need to call Ron to task because of his past behavior and teach him a lesson. So this is how you're going to do it. In all 3 cases, Ron, TPD, and the court, you used special needs children.
Hey, is it my fault that the people who are attacking me have special needs? Like, what the fuck? I've never said anything to any of them. I've never said anything to my damn daughter.
Well, I'm going to go because I've heard enough spinning.
Ron, you were the king of spinning shit.
Hey, Stephanie,
I give you an answer. I give you an answer to your questions, and I'm spinning shit.
Okay, at this point, Ron is done. He's out of the conversation. He dropped off panel, and it's just MFW and Steph Brown continuing.
Was I out of line at any time, Stephanie? Did I not just sit here
and say you were? No.
I calmly answer.
It's a hard subject to talk about. I heard you say that you would take it back if you could, and that's honestly what I don't know.
I don't know what they want from me. I said I'm sorry.
No, I mean, not to be nitpicky, but never once did she say the words, I'm sorry. She said I would take it back if I could. I regret it. I felt the heat from it, but never once did she apologize and say the words, I'm sorry.
I've heard her say I'm sorry to him many times. In fact, she did a stream last night where, she did a stream that we reacted to where she said fuck him for calling animal control on her, and she said a lot of vile things toward him. And last night she was up late and she said she felt bad for him losing his channel because at the end of the day, someone shouldn't lose their livelihood. So here's the thing with MFW. There are moments that there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of dredging, but she's not just pure evil, okay? She's a little cow. She's a shit show. She's an asshole. She crazy as all hell. But I have heard her apologize for it. I have more than once. And the shit she said last night about he shouldn't have lost his channel and kind of just her regrets in general and how she addressed him last night, you can tell that she did used to, care about him in a different way. And yeah,
I'd love to quit talking. I went 2 weeks without talking about it to prove my point to everyone. And that whole 2 weeks, back and forth, every night, the live streams were about me, and we were just drudging this on and drudging it on. Fuck, I'd love to quit fucking talking about it and fucking have new people come into this community, get some new drama, but they can't do it because they need this.
Yeah,
let's be honest. Anytime they put my motherfucking name in the title, in their mouth, they get views. Have them not talk about me and see how many people they pull in a chat room. I'm still sitting here on your panel, Stephanie. I'm the last one standing. This is what happens time and time again. I'm willing to talk it out with people. I own my shit. But when I don't give them the answers they want to hear, I'm a bad guy. I'm twisting a story. And like, what the fuck do they want from me? Do they want me to just say, okay, I'll agree with everything you say? That's not going to happen. That's just not the person I am. I'm not a pushover. I stand behind what I say. I'm willing to work this out. But time and time again, we get on panels and it blows up worse.
So I would just say to not talk about it, not have anybody on your panel talk about it. And then maybe, there won't be the back and forth with it anymore,
I gotta say, I agree with Steph on this.
Yeah,
one.
Steph, that's a good
recommendation.
recommendation.
The back and forth isn't the problem. People argue on social media all the time without saying the distasteful things that's been said.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I've tried to do that. I'll do it again, but it's hard for me to do that. And I understand what you're saying. Just quit. It's hard for me to do that when I go days and days and see that I'm the top of the conversation. If it would go all ways, we could all move on. But it's not. I'll agree to not talk about it. And tonight, someone will say, it'll just get, and it's not just from them. It's from anyone who's involved.
Look, I have seen this happen. It does sound kind of victim-y, like, oh, they're always going to be talking about me. But honestly, even this year, stream after stream after stream after stream that he does toward her, and she'll talk about him once every few, like here and there, she'll bring him up. But dude, the amount of streams he's done on MFW, how the fuck can he judge anyone for doing a lot of streams on Foodie Beauty when he sits there and like every other stream is about MFW or more? Like, how can you sit there a white knight for Foodie Beauty and then literally harass someone for something they did 3 years ago? I don't agree with what happened. How many times do I have to reiterate this? Because I do not want someone to twist my words and my perspective and my reasoning for bringing this stuff up. I am just talking to you guys. I'm just thinking, I am just hashing it out in my mind of just the whole messiness that has gone down, because it's very strange how this whole bullshit is so reminiscent of the times going on now. He was doing live streams all the time about MFW, and her reaction to him losing his channel wasn't what I expected at all. I thought she'd at least be a little happy, maybe troll a little bit, maybe act kind of like, but no, none of that. None of that last night in her stream, guys. All right, let's keep going.
Who like agrees with them and hates me. It's like the thing to do.
This has gone
it's
too long. I can't react to her stream, but I will put it up in the chat if any of you want to watch it.
You would change it if you could. So I don't know what else you could say about it.
I don't either. I wish I knew, because I would say it just to get it over and done with.
And everybody, people need to stop bringing people's kids into it. Children, actual children.
And you know what? I want to quit talking about all of them. I really do. It's just, I'm telling you, Stephanie, it's the hardest thing in the fucking world to sit back and let these motherfuckers just drag you for filth night after night and not respond. So, and I could go days without doing it. And the moment I do, all hell breaks loose, No,
and I'm not.
Here's your stream from last night.
I don't give a fuck what you say about anybody, to be honest. The only thing that I've ever had a problem with, and you know that because I said it to you, was about the Ron situation with the son. Other than that, I've never had a problem with anything you have to say, because I don't think it's unwarranted. So I don't think
that's why I like Stephanie, because she was in the, she wasn't like hardcore either way. She was in a more objective standpoint, and she did kind of see where everyone was fucking up at the time. And so I really appreciate that, because there's not a lot of that out here.
Just fucking sit around and let someone talk shit about you. But that part was just, in my opinion, should have just been left out, and which is what you said, that you would have, if you changed it, have left that part out.
At this point, MFW asked the chat what she can do to make things better.
I'm gonna speed this up. I got to get through this last
will you ask
bit.
the people in your chat, because I can't see the chat. I don't know. I tried and fucked up my audio.
I didn't want it to sound
people
too
who hate me,
weird,
because there are some in there, and there's some that I know
actual
that don't.
points.
I said, what can I do? What can I say to get them to quit hating? What is it that I've done? What can I make this right? Maybe I can't make it right, but what would make them feel better to get them off my ass?
She's willing. She's
Cat.
So
welcome.
You guys tell her what you think. I'll read the chat to you whenever it comes up. I never thought he was a bitch. I've always been a fan. We've always got along.
I'm a total bitch sometimes, and I own that shit. I really am.
Mm-hmm.
I got a hot head on me,
yeah.
and sometimes I've learned on YouTube I got to back away, because I'll say shit that I'll regret later in an hour.
I understand that 100%. I do understand that. Okay, hang on. Whoa, let's see. Going really fast. Let's see. What do we say? Try to understand Ron's grief. Ask Katie how Ron is homophobic.
They could all lose their platforms because they're all harassing each other and taking it real world.
It's like everybody was on panel. I hate that.
Like, honestly, like, Neg said he wanted to call Shane's parents and talk to Shane's parents on a panel with a ton of people, and nobody was like, hey, bud, you don't think that's the bad idea? Like, dude, nobody said anything. They were all yes men. They were all yes men. I was so, like, disappointed but not shocked, right? It was terrible. And I got friends in my community that if I was setting up there and I was trying to say, oh, you know, let's actually, like, call people, like, I can tell you right now, my moms would be like, I mean, they wouldn't yell at me and, like, make, you know, they wouldn't, like, you know, they wouldn't treat me like shit, but they would definitely check me in a way, in a friend level, being like, hey, bud, you're kind of, like, not thinking clearly here. This isn't a good idea. You know, I can tell you right now, I got plenty of buddies that'll do that. And that's why I like having them around, because I know they're actually real. They'll actually, like, be there for me. They'll, like, bring me back to reality if things get weird. And I like that. And to see these creators surround themselves with yes men and they're all puffed up and everyone's stroking each other's dicks, it's just fucking unbearable to watch. You're welcome, boo.
One another and can't work it out. And Michelle, I see that's what she's trying to do. I think it is hard, though, because
yeah,
Hilda said apologize to Mason.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mason. I did not mean to tarnish your memory, drag you if that's how you felt like I was. I feel like I'm talking, I feel weird right now, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. You know, I did not mean to ever take away anything from that child at the time other than his dad sucked. And I'm an asshole for that.
While I do appreciate that she addressed this to Mason, I don't understand why it's so hard for her to say the same thing to Ron.
Chaos says it has to stop somewhere.
I do, because Ron has made endless live streams about her, and even back then he was, and it's obviously easier to apologize to an innocent child than to a man that has done things to you. So that point from this video is moot to me. So
that's to stop with someone, pretend they don't exist, letting them get their names back in their mouths means they won. You be the winner.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, I hear that. Other than apologizing,
well,
what
yeah,
can I do?
yeah, but mass flagging definitely,
you know, and I know we're never going to get apologies for what was done to Yaba.
Come on.
You know, from that woman.
Mass flagging makes YouTube aware that the creator exists, guys. I mean, YouTube isn't aware of all these tiny little channels that do streams. Not like that. Not on that level. So mass flagging aids in taking channels down. Yes, ultimately it's up to TOS, but that is a finicky thing in itself, because that's the luck of the draw. TOS is not... it is there's a lot of things in the gray people don't understand that YouTube does not clarify, because they don't want to clarify, because they want creators to look. Yes, everybody's breaking TOS really in this situation, but I'm just saying, when you use your audience to go and flag people, that definitely adds to YouTube doing something. It definitely does. I've known of people that had flags happen to their channel, and it was one here, one there, and they still were technically, you could think they're breaking TOS, and they kept their channels. But when it's a ton of people, YouTube is like, oh wait, this is serious. This isn't just somebody's point of view. So they take into account.
I know we'll never get an apology, and I don't want anyone's apology. It's fine. It's fine.
I had my channel. I lost a channel. Luckily I had another channel, so luckily I had two, but I lost a channel because of flagging, and I was not breaking TOS. It was fair use. I was doing the same commentary that I do now, objective, I didn't harass people on Twitter. I don't do shit over like that. And because the channels were bigger, they did not care. I asked them, please, like, can I at least go and get, like, download the projects that I'm really proud of? Can you at least let me do that? They would not. Like, they don't give a fuck. I couldn't do anything about it. I lost my channel because of that, because people were pissed off that I talked about them. So sorry, I just disagree. I disagree with that. Like, I agree, but I kind of disagree. You know, definitely 2S gets broken, and when they review it, yes, they're going to take a channel down. But false flagging has resulted in people losing their channels, including one of mine that I had. Like, this isn't my first channel, you know. I actually had more subscribers on the channel that I lost. So, and Chantel is one that did aid in me losing that channel. So you can't tell me that it's always breaking TOS, because I've always made it transformative, and I never harass people, even when I react to them. I even tell people, like, I don't need people to harass Chantel or anything. Like, people don't need to be cow tipping, leaving her emails and like trying to get into her life. Like, no. If there's nothing to them, it shouldn't work. People try to take down Onision forever. He's reported constantly, but he didn't cross the line, so his channels remained. No, Onision just dirty deleted the times when he did cross the line, because I was deep in the NTO shit. Like, there were times he definitely crossed the line. He was just very smart. Why did Hussey have to get involved with Negs? It's a shame. He could have been so funny. It is really, I don't like to tell people who they should associate with, because people have tried that with me, and I will say, though, consequences happen, and it's unfortunate, because now Hussey lost their channel. So,
speaking for Yabba, you know, other than apologizing, because we're willing to, like, bury this shit today.
Delete all your Negs videos. He deletes his MFW videos, and you both stop talking about each other.
If he agreed to do that, fine. I'll go back through and I'll delete them all.
Ron, would you be willing to do that? I'm sure you'd be still watching. MFW says she came for Ron for supporting hate campaigns, but she supports hate campaigns against him.
I don't know. Hussey did good when they just did like joking, like well, I don't know when they just did like
who comes in, you know, I got my people, my subscribers, but what other real content creator, you know, a lot of my friends won't get involved in this because, no offense, they call us the butthole of YouTube. They don't understand why I'm so infatuated. So yeah, I can't have like Dustins and shit come up to my defense. But Ron has a slew of fucking people of support out here, you know? So I feel like it's me and Yaba against the world sometimes, and my subscribers too, you know? So if me bringing people, okay, I can see the point. Like Joe and shit like that, and other people who I've, you know, okay, fine, fair enough.
They said Gigi's next.
You know, this is just my opinion, but if your opinion and your actions are so
and look, guys, a lot of it has to do with what the bigger channels. YouTube sides with bigger channels. Like I said, in my instance, I lost my channel, even though it was fair use, it was transformative. I tried to appeal it. They did not give a fuck, because they saw Chantel's channel and they saw mine. All right. And I had a strike from reacting to a bigger YouTuber, even though that was fair use. That didn't go through either. I shouldn't have listened to anybody and tried to appeal shit. I should have, because even though I was in the right, they didn't care. My channel doesn't make YouTube money. The other channels did. They didn't fucking care. All right. So, you know, a lot of times, whoever's got the bigger channel is going to fucking win when they send their army to flag people, all right? You could talk about TOS and talk about how it's supposed to be, but that system is definitely abused and taken advantage of. And YouTube, it really, like, a lot of people don't even know how the fuck they even, sure, they got TOS, okay? It's a fickle system. It's really just used to
your friend and
as a weapon against everybody.
Ask MFW
YouTube has bots anyway. It's not even like people
review
this shit.
She said that came from Kathy. And
yeah, I'll open that Facebook up today, because I think if you reactivate your Facebook, like, all your shit's still there. At least that's what I've been told. So I'll reactivate that today. I'll get in the messages, and I will screenshot where she was campaigning for this. And I even said no, or something like that. Like, I wasn't having it. And then more and more people were bringing it to my attention. Well, what had come of it once I started looking into it? Ron had a GoFundMe. Okay, I think his was from years ago, or maybe current. I don't know. But it was one with Ron on it, and there was one for Mason. So I don't understand how she ever said there were two GoFundMes for Mason, because when I looked at Ron's, it didn't have nothing about Mason on there.
You don't understand why she ever thought there was 2, but you continued to spread the lie that there were 2. Do you see what is wrong with this?
You know, looking back at that, okay, so I should have looked into it, but I think at the time I was just getting so mad at Ron that I went for it because too many people would come to me and like, did you know? So against my better judgment, and I'm a dick for that, okay? Nail me the motherfucking cross. I went with it and I said, yeah, without looking into it. Upon
I mean, honestly, she is owning up to making the wrong move with a lot of this. I'm not taking her side now. She's done some shitty stuff, but she is at least willing to say we'll do a ceasefire, which she's the only one left on panel willing, like, saying that. And to this day, there has been no ceasefire. Are you talking about copyright strikes because that's different? Well, if you get 3, you're done, right? Yeah, I mean, I guess copyright strikes are definitely different, but my point is YouTube does not follow its own rules. My shit was fair use. The copyright strikes that I tried to appeal, the appeals should have gone through. They didn't. Because the bigger channels were the people I was talking about. So fuck me for not trusting YouTube, okay? That's just my experience. I don't trust YouTube because they fucked me. But I understand what you're saying as far as, with the TOS and all that. I get what you're saying, but I do not trust YouTube, okay? I don't. They didn't give a fuck about the fine print when it came to me losing my channel. I should have been able to appeal them and not lose my channel because it was under fair use. Now, I know that breaking the TOS when it comes to like harassing and all that is different. However, YouTube fucked me, so I'm not going to be naive and not think that they may do it to somebody else. But I do agree that all parties within this scandal, this specific war, are at fault, and YouTube could definitely get rid of all of them. So, I'm just saying, they're all doing a bit of everything, aren't they? So that's the thing.
Investigation, I realized, dude, these are 2 totally different GoFundMes, and it was like coming from the same campaign, if you know what
exactly.
I mean. They got my fucking head, and that's why I don't answer DMs anymore. People think I'm a bitch.
When you fucking report and it goes through, you have to give them your information. You have to give them your information when it comes to that. And people use it to blackmail each other and to dox each other. So a lot of people do not want to give their information to do it. So anyway, it's pretty wild.
People try to get in my head too much, and I don't like it. And it doesn't make matters. It doesn't help the matters when you're mad at someone, like so fucking mad, and you just, you fucking cling on to shit. And I'm guilty of that. I have done that before. And since this whole fiasco, I have told Yaba and I've told everyone else, dude, I'm looking into every fucking thing before I even open my mouth. But yeah, a lot of people make mistakes, Stephanie, and I don't ever judge somebody until they come for me. And that's one thing people say, she's judgmental. Well, sometimes I can be, but usually I ain't going to pick someone apart unless they piss me off. I don't come unless you're conning, you're scamming, something like that. Right. Yeah, I got to get off here. I got to get ready for work.
Okay. So,
all right.
Have a great day at work. Thanks for coming on. Thank you for unblocking me on Twitter.
We're cool, Stephanie. We're cool. Yeah, I know. All right.
See, that's the thing too. I have seen MFW, squash beefs with people along the way. So it's not like she's incapable of it. This was 3 years ago now. So, there's been time passed. But anyways, yeah, I mean, the whole thing going on right now, look, something I think is a funny parallel with this situation from the past is in the present, you have people going real world and crying toward the other people, and both sides are doing it as well. And I do agree with your overall point, Sassy Cat. Don't get me wrong. I do agree that a lot of the people that are attacking are just trying to save their butts because they know they're next. Or a lot of the people involved are worried that they're next, basically. And it could very well be. It's interesting. Who's going to be left at the end? I wonder, I don't know. So I really don't know. No, I really don't know. Yeah, so it's very interesting. We'll have to find out. I mean, I've talked about, people losing their channels and all of this stuff. I've talked about people sending people to Mass Flag before. And I don't yeah, breaking TOS is what happened. Even Friday he flashed a weapon, made threats. Yeah. No, I do get what you were getting at with that. I was just I don't know, going on my own little tangent of my experience. A lot of time, my point with bringing up what happened to me is a lot of times the bigger channels do win, or people that have bigger channels on their side. And I don't think that's a coincidence, guys. I don't know all the nitty gritty of how fucking YouTube does shit. Okay, I'm not going to claim to, but I've seen a lot of communities and YouTube wars, and the bigger channels usually are the last ones standing, or the people that have the bigger channels on their side. And also, the smaller channels usually, how do I put this? I don't know how I can put this. Nah, I won't even go there. Anyway, I couldn't believe that though on that stream, what happened. I couldn't believe he would, like, why would you put your channel in jeopardy like that? It is so reckless that he even did that on stream, It's so reckless. Like, I mean, I don't care, but why would you throw away over a decade on a platform with your channels? And look, I've lost a channel. You can't get that shit back. If you don't have a hard copy of your stuff, it's gone. They don't let you go and get back anything. It is gone. You can't get into your YouTube studio. You can't, there's nothing. It's like it never existed. I tried to go in so many different ways. Like, oh, let me go in through, it was crazy. But I wasn't at war with people. I just had the copyright thing. It's just I had 3. I was trying to appeal 2 of them, and they didn't go through. And next time, if somebody strikes me, I'm just deleting it, because I learned the hard way that they're not going to give a fuck if it's fair use or not. So they don't care. So 30% of the money plus ad revenue YouTube has to protect that. They'll easily remove a smaller channel versus a monetized one. They totally will. They totally will. I don't make them any money. She makes them a fuck ton. And the other channel I covered made them a fuck ton as well. Now, overall, it is safer to cover bigger channels, because a lot of times bigger channels don't give a fuck. They're used to people talking about them. Foodie Beauty usually does not strike people. I will give her that. Sometimes she's out of character and threatens that she'll do it, but she struck me because I sniped her. She struck me because I sniped her, so that's why I don't really snipe like that anymore. But usually she doesn't strike, and so that I was not prepared for that. So TOS is different. It's manually looked into, and when found, it's auto termination time. I don't believe that people review shit anymore. At this point that YouTube is this big, I wonder if bots do it, but I don't know. Maybe people do review it. I can't imagine, with how big the company's gotten, how many creators there are, and how many instances there are. That would be wild if there actually are people that do it. I wonder. Maybe it's a bit of both. Maybe this is some filters, and then people go in and double check. I listened to an interview of someone that monitors social media, and she did say it works kind of like that. She couldn't say what social media she worked for, but a lot of them do have bots and algorithms, and then people go in and kind of filter through what's been kind of set aside. So, but anyways, guys, thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out with me. I had a good time, and I just thought this might be a little bit interesting. It's a little different going back in time, but I thought with kind of what's been going on lately, it's kind of interesting. I mean, thank you all for your comments. It's been very insightful, and thank you guys for your point of view. And, you know, like I said, I have a lot of new people coming through right now, coming and going right now. And that's great, actually. It shows I'm being more suggested and things like that. So that's awesome. But definitely, if we have different points of view, it's not that deep, you know. For me, like, I'm totally cool with that. But it is my channel, so a lot of times I will be careful of what, like, message I'm trying to put out there. But I definitely, like, I really like talking to you guys and getting your perspectives. And there's been times you guys have brought up stuff that I didn't think about. So it's really actually, it does feel like a class sometimes, you know. Smart creators want to get covered. It brings traffic. There's no such thing as bad press. There is a manual review for threats. I see violations. Okay, yeah, and he was doing threatening things. So yeah, I get what you meant, that it was different for, you know, actually breaking the TOS with that. So I get that. Yes. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to get going, but thanks for watching. And if you like the stream, like it. And if you're watching on the replay, definitely let me know what you think in the comments below, and like the stream. And yeah, let me know if you like the MFW stuff. I really enjoy covering just her and everything attached in general. So that's, you know, that's the thing. So, and sometimes we need a break from Chantal and the girls sometimes, you know. All right, guys. Have a great fucking night. Peace.